Hello, Smegheads, and welcome back to Smug Mode, Red Dwarf podcast where we talk about the British sci-fi comedy classic Red Dwarf. I'm Ben Gilman. As always, I'm joined by Tom Hill.
Hey.
Dan Raj.
Refer to qualified service personnel.
And Troy Salmon.
What up?
And he sounds stoned. So today we are talking about Season 5, Episode 3, Terrorform Smug Mode is now engaged. So the basic premise of this episode is Lister, Crichton, Cat and Holly head for an artificial moon where Rimmer has been kidnapped, only to find the artificial moon is Rimmer's mind. And craziness ensues. What did you guys think of this one?
Good episode.
Well, yeah.
I don't know, I'll let somebody else speak first. I always speak first. I'll let someone else go first.
Chris Barry's bod. Dear Lordy. Okay. I'm straight, but damn, he's working out. In 1992, he was working out.
You know that he actually specifically asked to do this later in the run so that he could work out for a month because he knew he was going to be half naked.
Brilliant.
He actually specifically spent every day in the gym just because he knew he was doing that scene. Sorry, go on.
Oh, please.
Tom, this is why we have you start these.
Why?
Because otherwise Ben starts drooling over people.
All right, fair enough. Okay.
I begin to think I'm bi, but that's okay.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
There is there is no negative judgment. This is a safe space.
Got off the road already. What's going on?
This is a safe space. You can be who you want to be, Ben.
Yeah,
Okay.
just like Rimmer's mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's an awesome episode. It's the idea being that it's a psi moon, which means it landscaped itself to Rimmer's psychology, which means that everything in there is fucked up, and all the good. I love the fact that all of the good aspects of a person's personality are dead in a graveyard, which including charm, which is the smallest gravestone in the history of anything.
Well, it is a small show as well, but we're not going to drag that joke over to this side. I just want to give a shout out. It took me a couple of plays. I'm going straight to the beginning of this episode. At first, when Crichton's repeating himself due to the short-term memory, I didn't know why people were laughing. But then you realise he's repeating himself. That's a very clever, subtle joke.
This combined with the loss of my short-term memory.
Yeah.
Crichton, personal black box recording. Time, unknown. Location, unknown. Cause of accident, unknown. Should someone find this recording, perhaps it will shed light as to what happened.
Exactly.
You know, I just absolutely love that scene with the cat and Lister when neither of them are speaking and they're just typing on the keyboard.
It's one of the classic scenes.
That is just so fucking good.
The facial expressions alone is just brilliant. The head spider is really cute.
Yeah.
And
I've gone numb. That's probably for the best.
Cat, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that Cat's acting well because he does look like a bloody wasp this week. He's all yellow and black.
Yeah, yellow and
You
black.
know the history behind that suit, right?
No, I don't. Please tell me.
So basically, Red Dwarf was not the most expensive of productions, and he wore a black and white version in the previous season.
Yeah.
The same suit, and literally they took felt tip pens and coloured that one in yellow.
Wow.
That is what they did.
Wow.
It does look cheap.
Yeah, but it's basically the exact same suit. I can't remember which episode it was in the previous season, but it's basically just the exact same thing coloured in, which I just think
Sorry, I love that bit in that scene though when they are typing on the computer and it's just like, you're scared. How do you think you haven't seen it? The lower half of my body has gone numb. That's probably for the best.
For me personally, I just love the fact that there's a blatant reference to the Hobbit floppy disk game. This in buy a potion from Gandalf the Master, because I used to play that game and it's like proper old school. I just love the fact they reference that. Such a quality game. Also, This has one of my favorite things, the cat making suggestions followed by an excellent and inventive suggestion, sure, with just 2 minor drawbacks. I love the fact that that's a recurring joke.
We're back again, the minor drawbacks, yes.
This is the best one.
This is jet-powered rocket pants and Junior Birdman the hell out of here. A brilliant and inventive suggestion, sir, with just 2 minor drawbacks. 1, we don't have any jet-powered rocket pants. 2, there's no such thing as jet-powered rocket pants outside the fictional series Robbie Rocket Pants. Well, that's print, but not otherwise. Damn, that is such a good response as well. Just everything about that scene, I love. Anyway, so moving on slightly, they go to save Rimmer from whatever it is that's captured him, and yeah, it's a giant beastie thing that you don't actually fully see. Originally, apparently, they did film it, so seen, and also just, I know that you'll enjoy this, Ben, it was a prop from Doctor Who that didn't get used, was the unspeakable one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a creature that was used in Doctor Who, and then they didn't.
Do you know who voiced the unspeakable one?
I believe it's Chris Barry.
Yes, it is. I want to know one thing, though, because Lister has to put Crichton back together. Is he going to work with all that missing stuff? Because you know,
well, he obviously does.
Lister has got a lot of stuff that he's pulled out of him that he throws away.
Yeah, but it's always the same when you do a bit of DIY, isn't it?
God, you'll never do DIY for me ever. You're never fixing my computer, mate. I'm telling you that right now.
I think you forgot what the missing circuit board was for, sir.
And he goes backwards. Yes.
Yeah.
Why would they want Rimmer back? Is a good question. Seriously, I know it's comedy, but
let's just gloss over that because I have no logical conclusion.
Yeah, there is no logic other than the fact that, well, Lister's a good human being.
He is.
Crichton will do as he's told. I can't understand why the cat's there, but then again, he's the one who's quite happy not to be there. So
the cat never likes Rimmer. Ever. Because
Lister will always be backed up
care about you.
Oh god, because there's such contrasting like personalities. That's why.
Yeah, but I don't think Lister would ever just abandon someone.
Nah.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what it is. Is Lister's said? I imagine that there's a discussion where Lister says we have to go and get him. Cat says no, and Crichton sides with the human because he always sides with the human, and that's how it happens. That's what I'd guess, but who knows, man? It's one of those things you just expect him to do it.
I do love the is it a 12 change of underwear
trip?
Yeah, that's a good line. That's a lot of pants. It really is just an excuse for Chris Barry to take his top off. Is there anything more scary than Rimmer's mind?
Probably not.
No,
I wouldn't like to see a Simoon based off of yours, Ben, but
yeah, don't even go there. Don't even go there, Dan.
No, you don't.
Yeah, trust me, you don't.
No, you don't. Troy already knows more than he's letting on. Troy's been very kind there. This can't be a bad day of shooting for Chris Barry, though.
Oh, those two supermodels.
Yeah.
I have to say, I found them quite sort of hawkish and weird looking. Was that like on purpose? Yeah.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Okay, it's just me. There was not enough meat on those bones. There was not enough meat on those bones.
They were supermodels.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I'm not attracted to supermodels either.
Oh,
they look like Terry Reynolds' sisters, a bit skinny. No, but they're not Terry Reynolds skinny.
No.
You don't want to go that far. No.
No, I mean, that's not sexy. But anyway.
They turned sideways and they were 2D.
Oh, that's not good.
Imagine that Family Guy joke when Kate Moss turned sideways and she disappeared.
Yeah.
The reason they left isn't because they had other things to go and do. The breeze just got too strong.
Dan, are you genuinely telling me that you would say no if you were being oiled up by those women?
I wouldn't have a choice. I'd be chained.
That is not a response.
That's going mad.
Honestly, yeah. But as much as that makes me a weirdo, yeah, I'd probably say fucking no.
Embrace your weirdo. I already have. So I would
we can never agree on anything ever again, I think, Dan.
We haven't for the past 18 years. Why should we start now?
Okay.
True enough.
Okay. I do love the cameo from the Star Wars guys. The guys in the hoods from the sand from Star Wars 1. Yeah. I don't know what you call them, but they've obviously
sand people.
The sand people. That's what you call them. Yeah.
Sounds like a racial slur in 2020, doesn't it? Sand people.
It is kind of like a racial thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they look exactly like the design of Star Wars 1. I just thought that's nice to see that they got some celebrities in there from the sci-fi world next week. Picard from Star Trek. One weird bit, Rimmer's mum is a frog. That's weird. I don't know.
No, she was a leech.
A leech is even worse.
The frogs were the ones that were saying useless Rimmer.
Okay.
Useless Rimmer. Useless Rimmer.
Useless Rimmer.
But apparently, from when I was looking into this, this was the one that they actually put the most production value into because they were using it to sell it to America to get a pilot of for the American pilot. They were trying to sell to the American networks that Red Dwarf could work. Oh. So they put more production value into this one than they put into anything else in the series, apparently.
Which is why they had quite a lot more sort of, the badass sound clips.
Yep, they also had
there was a bit more badassery. It's like with the when they're actually going out of Starbug, Lister's got the bazookoid. Remember, it's Rimmer's mind out there. Expect sickness.
Also, we just need to. I love the fact that the way they get out of there is by making Rimmer feel loved.
You have to.
And the cat doesn't say anything. The cat just.
It's true. They really do care about you.
Yeah, it's a great line. The cat. I love the fact the cat still won't just admit that he doesn't like Rimmer, and I like it.
And he never will.
Good character.
Nope, never happened.
Oh, it's brilliant. But Crichton does make me laugh when he's testing it out, though. He does give Rimmer a couple.
This is all your fault. Yeah.
Craig Charles
before that, where they've just gone into the to deal with the unspeakable one for the first time. Yeah. Bazookoid's done nothing. Then we found it had pain and suddenly kind of disappeared a little bit, retreated because they showed solidarity with Rimmer. And they're sitting there and they're like, okay, so what do we do now? And Crichton's like, in binary language, it goes something like, well, the rest of them will fuck off. 00110011110000111100, which roughly translated means don't stand around jabbering when you're in mortal danger.
And the rest of them are all gone, yeah.
I just want, because I've read Robert Llewellyn's book. Obviously, there's a famous story where, in the swamp with the boat and the big flames. I don't know if you guys know this. Craig Charles was not in the good books.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they were filming a canoe scene across the fiery swamp. Craig Charles decided to lean over to light a cigarette on one of the flames, which caused them nearly to go into the fire and set the boat alight. And one of the lighting directors fell in to the lake, followed by two electricians, and nearly electrocuted the lake. Craig Charles, you silly bastard.
I love the fact that is the kind of thing that Lister would do, though. Lean over to light a cigarette off the swamp.
Yeah, fire. Do that. Yeah.
I love it. I have noted some of the patches in Lister's jacket. Finally, had a Rolling Stones Lapping Tongue logo and the mission patch for the Space Shuttle Challenger's final mission.
Right.
Okay.
Which you'll be happy to know, sadly, ended in an explosion which killed the crew shortly after launch. So not so funny.
Oh, very happy to know that. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay. Yeah.
Apparently, originally when they filmed it, you know the sand people in the fight. Originally, it was going to be that their hoods were going to get knocked off, and it was all going to be Rimmer's face, but like a really gaunt, horrific version of. So they were all going to look like Rimmer, but like really horrific versions of him. And then they decided that it was just it was overkill, I think. So, yeah.
There is the original aired episode when Crichton's rebooting had Coco Cabana, but obviously it's a one-off clearance. So future airings and on the DVD, it's a version of the same song by the composer Howard Goodall.
Mm-hmm.
The original version would have had Coca Cabana. Yeah. What's up with the Musketeers? This bit. What do you think of that? At the end, as they're running away.
I quite like the idea.
Musketeers.
The good parts of Rimmer's psyche are like medieval.
Yeah.
Old times.
Yeah, I just it's awesome. It's a strong episode. It's not the best episode in the series, but it's a very solid episode and enjoyable.
Incredibly, very, very much one of the ones where you go, you shouldn't really watch this one first.
Yeah.
But fifth or sixth, like if you're not watching them in chronological order, this is one of the ones where early on it's going to tempt you to watch more.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Troy, what do you think?
No, it's along the same lines because it's not one of the start of like a season, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
More like in between, just like getting in there because you already basically kind of picked up on like the first couple of episodes. Then you're like, okay, yes, let's get stuck in Rimmer's mind. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
It's also interesting. It's an interesting concept. The idea of a planet forming around a person.
It's like Ego. It's like Ego from Marvel. Ego Living Planet.
It's called, yes.
It reminds of like Ego Living Planet. You know, it's like literally the planet that's literally alive.
Yeah.
Reminds of that.
No.
When you say that now, I think Kurt Russell.
Yeah, jeez, I thought about the comics, the proper like version.
Yeah, I know.
Kurt Russell, that was trash.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Even though I like Kurt Russell, by the way, yeah, I love Kurt Russell.
So,
good episode.
A good episode. So that's next week's is an all-time classic. Top 10 of all time for me, definitely. Even if we're going through these when I was younger, this is one of my favorite ones. And how do I say this? Obviously, it's a bit of a quarantine lockdown, 3-month lockdown thing.
No, I guess it makes sense. It makes sense.
Get to it next week, don't worry. Yeah, so it's goodbye for me.
Goodbye for me.
Bye for me.
I'm going to go and cower behind a boiler in the boiler room, and I suggest you all find ingenious places to go and hide as well.
Now, Smeg off your Smeg head.